never get too soon old and too late smart.
Defaults are a guess. Product designers and developers make guesses of all sorts. That is, a multitude of choices that could be also called out-of-the-box behaviors, for when users don't make any choices themselves. Such things are called defaults. Few users have likely made the explicit choice of black for typed characters. It is the color the vast majority of the time that everyone wants. As such, guessing of black as a default font color is prevalent, and to me, that's getting it right. New product. Type away and you get black on white. When you press return, you get a new line. White is a common default. Getting a new line, when you press return, that's another default. I adore my computer-based writing tool called Scrivener. It includes a feature called corkboarding. Consider the following 3x5-inch card. Idea number 1 was typed when the return key was pressed. Idea number 2 was typed on the second line. Now consider the following two 3x5-inch cards. Idea number 1 was typed, then the return key was pressed. Off to the second line for the next character type? No. Pressing the return key created the second card. Anything now typed appears on the second card. Why? Answer. The return key's behavior is defined by the first checkbox as shown here. Ends editing synopsis in Corkboard and Outliner. Upon pressing return, when it's not checked as shown, you get what I call normal results. A new line and typed characters get added to the current card. When it is checked, you leave the current card, a new card is created, and all new characters appear in the second card. When it is checked, notice how hard it is to create multiple ideas that live on one card but on separate lines. And also creating blank lines between ideas is near impossible. Not obvious, a copy from somewhere else then pasting could be done. If it was checked, again being return key behavior ends editing synopsis in Corkboard and Outliner, and you didn't even know the checkbox existed, it's easy to get the idea that new lines and blank lines are not even allowed in synopsis details. For months and months, that happened to me. I got the idea that Scrivener didn't allow any synopsis text that wasn't just run on and on, all jammed up into a hard for my tired old eyes to read clump. Such clumps are a pet peeve of mine. I try to implore people to hit the return key, and not just once in a while, but often. Why did I have the wrong idea? Someone made the buried in navigational preferences, somebody made the checkbox checked by default. Why do I think buried? Because in learning my huge writing assistant product, I didn't spend time reading how to navigate. Such things seems pretty universal across lots of products. That is, my navigation skills are seemingly doing me just fine. Who made the default choice? That's a mystery I can only guess about, and I have lots of guesses on that front. Scrivener aside, they do get lots and lots so right. I think the least experienced among designers and developers are the most responsible for default guesses. Or perhaps it's Peter's principle at work. That's where people are elevated to the level of their incompetence and responsibilities for default guesses are left to them. In any case, poor default choices are directly costing product creators, sellers, and users dearly. A decades-old practice, too often, an all-powerful user of admin with a password of password are being shipped as products defaults. Astounding. My own home security system is, or I should say was, included in that group with an admin user defined with a sarcastic Yahoo blank password. Note, past tense, it has been fixed by me. Consider these items: accessing mountains of private data, viewing what a camera sees, hearing what a microphone captures. Poor defaults often lead to needless risk of such items. Think, easy hacking, easy access by anyone. D-Link, a maker of many network products, is currently in the news with millions of dollars in fines at risk. Is that all because of poor default choices? It seems clearly to me, yes, between the lines, their core problem. Or I should say, rather, society's problem. My connection to the internet is via Comcast. My Wi-Fi password is 16 characters long, a mishmash of letters and numbers that no one could ever guess, right? It qualifies as a hardened password. One problem is it's printed on the side of my wireless router. It used to be on the bottom. It used to be at least before snapping a quick photo, you'd have to pick up the router. Okay, Comcast, I could literally cover it up with a Band-Aid and fix that problem. I pause a show and various messages appear on my TV. Sports scores, weather, and so forth. Usage hints appear. One group of hints describes things anyone can say into my new fancy remote. It reveals you can say, "What's my Wi-Fi?" to show the name of my private local area network, my gateway to the world. Guess what? Along with that Wi-Fi name, the default is to show on my TV screen those 16 hard-to-guess password characters. When your host takes a bathroom break, whisper into their remote, "What's my Wi-Fi?" Take a photo of the TV and then press exit. That nearly takes less time than closing the toilet lid. Arguably the best default lid action. Defaults involve push and shove. They need, no, I think their choices should demand, an attention to detail too often overlooked. I have concluded that because it seems many defaults are just stupid. In Comcast defense, below the exposed password it says, and I quote, "Turn on the app's PIN for my account to restrict access to this page. Visit xfinity.com/profile to access your app's PIN settings." WTF? I firmly believe that Comcast has this backwards. My default choice would be do all the stuff, all that extra stuff to show the password, only after you learn its choice, and then only if you like. I could write a whole book filled with examples of this problem. In conclusion, wake up, default guessers, and their managers. Defaults clearly merit more focus than seems they are getting. Relegated to being just an afterthought as it currently isn't smart. Santa Rea. I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.